Beetroot, nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the sports and nutrition store.
Adrenaline, it's only you that I wanna run to. Hata nikikumiss, sina worries. I know my baby boo is gonna come through. You're the only one that I want. Never met none like you before. Don't waste no time, need the love. Come check me out. I think I got a fever. Baby, put your hands on my back like that. Maybe you can go a little bit lower like that. Just a little bit lower like that. Oh, I want that like that. Baby, put your hands on my back like that. Maybe you can go a little bit lower like that. Just a little bit lower like that. Oh, I want that like that. You should know not to better. But when Guinness it to end, I'm the one for you. What you want, I'll do. You should know not to better. But when Guinness it to end, baby, I'm the one for you. What you want, I'll do. The only one who knows how I like it. No slow, a little fast with some hyping. Wacha maringo sunajua hi-fi. I love the way you look, boy, so enticing. Kuwa nawe, kucheza nawe, kupenda nawe, nataka niwe nawe. Usiniache, nishikilie, mimi nawe. You should know not to better. Kwa wengine sitoenda. I'm the one for you. What you want, I'll do. You should know not to better. Kwa wengine sitoenda, baby. I'm the one for you. What you want, I'll do. Baby, put your hands on my back like that. You can go a little bit lower like that. Just a little bit lower like that. I want that like that. Baby, put your hands on my back like that. Maybe you can go.
Yes, karibuni sana family. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Grand rising. Good afternoon from my end. And of course, welcome to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Juby. If you are here for the first time on YouTube, BitChute, on Rumble, karibu sana. And of course, hope you get to enjoy today's conversation. Feel free to pin your comments on the comment section, wherever you're listening to me from. And of course, follow us, subscribe. Ensure you also download our app on the Google Play Store. Black Hot Fire Network is the name. Once you have our application, you can get yourself some amazing things right there on the store. We have amazing features. You can literally be able to watch us and stream on also the radio segment. In case you have a phone and through the application, you can be able to listen to us on the radio. You can go to the show page and listen to us, rather watch. Whatever you're doing, so long as you keep it the Black Hot Fire Network, you shall stay connected. Also on your Amazon Roku TV, on your Android TV. We're also on Android TV currently, not to forget, we're in Africa as well. So in case you're in Zambia, Uganda, Tanzania, hey, switch to the TV and see what's up with the conversations of the day. It's very important because you get to share amazing, interesting videos. But in case you're able to listen, it's also well and good. But karibuni, today shall be talking about the world demanding accountability of years of lies and the stolen resources. And talk about stolen resources specifically from Africa. And the conversation is backed with what is happening currently, or what took place yesterday in Ethiopia. Ethiopia did launch the biggest, literally, they launched the first Africa biggest dam, which actually, of course, should enable the African continent with supply of electricity, right? But also not to forget, we have in DRC, the largest river that connects literally to so many African countries and can be able to supply electricity in the whole of the continent. That is something they don't literally focus on, because I feel like also what is happening in Ethiopia, it's not going to benefit, of course, African countries. Is Ethiopia developed? Because I was literally looking at Kenyans who went to Ethiopia just I think maybe during this launch, I'm not sure, but some Kenyans who have been in Ethiopia were wowed because of the development in the country. When you talk about the street lights, when you talk about how clean the city is, it wowed some of the Kenyans. And I can say from the images I saw, Addis Ababa does look really nice. But we shall also talk about what is happening in Mali, where we have the terrorists who are actually blocking fuel exportation, or literally the trading of fuel in the country. And this is, of course, sparking fears of economy. But I love the fact that people are so backing this. They're backing literally the president, the current president of the country, and they're saying we're not going to allow these terrorists to literally try take control again. But we shall also talk about, last but not least, on how the world is demanding accountability. We have a lawyer who was killed yesterday on an open broad daylight, shot by gunmen on a motorcycle, and this is the second time this is happening on a broad daylight. I mean, it's been happening for years, but this does literally tell us something, especially about this current regime. Which want to talk about what we were discussing yesterday regarding Kenya extending the term limit, and Kenyans are so mad. So finally, I think we might be headed towards revolution, because Kenyans are saying if he does this, if he touches this one, and also looking at the atmosphere, that has made people so mad. What are you talking about? You've already not delivered anything. You've been a one-term president. So what are you talking about 7 years of you extending your term? So I'm going to be sharing the videos, and I love the action. I love the audacity to question. I love the daring of people not being scared anymore to put even whatever they think outside there. And that is what we should be doing. But we should also talk about what is happening in Nepal, to literally look at how generally the world is demanding accountability. If you've seen, of course, the videos, I'll be sharing some of what has been happening in Nepal. Yesterday, they took down the parliament. It was burnt. Not sure if completely, but I slept literally looking at the parliament being set on fire. So, and so much more. Currently, I'm not sure of numbers of casualties or death, but I know that the country is literally, or the kingdom, which was actually a kingdom no longer, but yeah, it's literally on fire. But karibuni sana once again. Get yourself some brain and focus formula on the BHFN sports page. That is, if you have downloaded the app on the Google Play Store, you can get yourself some brain and focus, and it keeps you literally all the way focused, especially having these kind of conversations and much more of amazing organic supplements and the like of Moringa Pure, Ashwagandha, multivitamin. We have some amazing skincare products, shea butter, aloe cucumber soap, and so much more, in also likes of organic coffee, Manuka honey coffee. So it depends what you want to be organic on. But for now, let's brain and focus.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
And like I said, much more of those amazing supplements. But as we start with today's conversation, I want to start with what is happening in Nigeria. And this is literally a part of the title, How the World is Demanding Accountability. Since Monday, I've been talking about the net worth of the top African leaders with the highest net worth. We saw Tinubu is one of the highest, literally, is one of the richest presidents with the highest net worth. That is ranging from 8 billion to 8.5 billion currently. And we also literally saw yesterday that the GDP of Nigeria drastically dropped. That is from 4 billion to 187 billion, which literally tells you that the country is not doing okay economically. Because if you talk about things like agriculture, things like, just a few things that actually can just uplift a country economically. Those are not things that the country itself or the government is much focused on. And this is why you see we are cooperating with the European nations to bring us the things that are coming from the continent itself, because we've not built, industries that we can be able to produce and still process everything right here, recreate still everything right here. It's super crazy in the 21st century. And yes, that is the time that we see Africans finally, I think they are waking up, or we're finally gaining the confidence and losing the fear, because that is what we've long not had. Confidence, which I said yesterday, history comes with knowledge comes with confidence, and with confidence comes with loss of fear, because you won't be scared to question, you won't be scared to do things. You're willing to even explore more than what you know. And that is even when it comes to traveling, when it comes to seeking information, when it comes to all that. So we discussed that, and we saw again Tinubu, yes, is the highest puppet, like I said, with 8.5 billion. We had the King Mohammed VI of Morocco with 8.5 billion, the same as Nigeria, the same as the Nigerian president. Ali Bongo, who is from Gabon, has the net worth of 1 billion. And we also have the Equatorial Guinea. The dictator has been there for since years, Teodoro Obianga. He ranges from, actually, he has moved up from $600 million to $1.1 billion. We have Kagame from $500 million dollars to $800 million, of course, from Rwanda. Cyril Ramaphosa from South Africa, $450 million to $450 million. That is his range. Then we have Paul Biya from Cameroon, 200 million to $300 million. So just going back to Tinubu, who is the first, because that is what we want to discuss. The country is swimming in poverty. The people are everywhere because, scamming other Africans, because their country itself, has not been able to do anything to save the youth in terms of job employment. So the fact that the GDP actually has dropped that much, what we were seeing yesterday, it tells you a lot about this regime. There's nothing that they're doing to improve the economy of the country. It's completely been swayed away by pocketing funds and less being competent in anything, because African countries are not competent in anything. But anyway, karibu sana Keith, before I get to share this video, because this man is questioning where are the funds. Karibu Keith.
Morning.
Good morning, good afternoon from my end. So yeah, we have this man.
One more day.
I know, oh my God. I'm thinking about going there. I lied to them. I'm gonna travel tomorrow so that they can remove this shit right now. I don't know. I'm so tempted. I'm like, just wanna wake up tomorrow and just take a shower fully. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah. So we have this man demanding accountability. The same video like we saw of the Kenyan MP. Like I said, I'm not sure which political party he is from. Bashara Tundindi Nyoro shared this video on Monday. He's talking about the resources we have, how we do not need to take loans as a country. And if taking loans, where are the funds? Because we don't see any development. When we talk about schools, hospitals, roads, we still have the same backward shit. And then you go back to even the most aching part, you find that you think they are taking loans to actually create developments like the expressway railroad. You find it is them who own this shit in the country. They just took the loans. I don't know. We're the ones paying the loans, literally. But everything is written under come again.
They keep the loan, they put in their pocket, and they have the people pay it back.
Your voice is somehow far. I don't know if it's your Bluetooth, whatever.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
I said they keep the money
Mm-hmm.
and they make the people pay the money back.
Exactly. So I love the fact, that's what I'm saying. Today's topic is the world demanding accountability. We're talking from the aspect of what is happening in Nepal.
Nepal. You see
What
what
is
happened in
happening?
Nepal? That's what Africans have to start doing. See, Africans
Exactly.
are always kind of enough is enough. So what they did, they didn't stop like Kenyans when they went to the parliament. You burn it down to the ground. They say no
Exactly.
more. And you come on the street because there was no military that Nepal could bring out, they did, but the people always are more populated than any military. So when you say enough is enough, you're always going to get what you've always gotten.
Exactly. So let me share this guy's video here.
Why is the president borrowing 1.7 billion from World Bank? I'm asking you.
Sorry.
Why is the president borrowing 1.7 billion from World Bank?
He also said that they have stopped borrowing.
Maybe that is not correct. I just gave you that figure now. Why is the president? Why did he borrow 1.7 billion dollars from the World Bank? Why, as the Senate, approved 21 billion dollars so far, and with many others coming for consideration? Many others are still coming for consideration.
Mind you,
this government is one of the most best governments in the history of this country.
How do you mean?
The president who said he wanted to come and curb wastages bought a yacht. That yacht that the president bought has never been to the perimeter, territorial area of Nigeria. It's between Monaco and Paris. And what do we need a yacht for? In a time of austerity, in a time of pervasive hunger like this, the president also, within few months in office, bought a presidential jet that cost Nigeria billions.
How does the country go down almost $300 billion in GDP in 3 years? How is that even possible?
He's explaining it. It's exactly what he's saying. He's just mentioned, number one, this is the worst regime they have dealt with. The same thing, literally the same verbs we can hear right in Kenya, the same pronouns, the same adjectives. This is the worst presidential leader we've ever had, or president we've ever had. That is the same cry Nigerians have, but it's not like, because we're saying the difference is just that these people are doing it now in front of our very own eyes. The previous one have been doing it here, still fulfilling the same purposes like expected. Still fulfilling the same purposes as expected, but it's just that it's not been this much in front of our eyes. So what literally is trying to explain, because yes, he's saying the same thing I reported at the beginning. When he got to the presidential seat, the first things he did in the first year is buying a yacht, which is not even in the country. He bought an helicopter. You can hear, is it a chopper or a helicopter, whatever he bought. He bought also a bulletproof car for his wife. Remember, this tells you where and why the GDP is drastically dropped. Look at the country also itself in terms of resources. They don't control anything, not a goddamn thing, starting from the biggest of what should be making the economy better. Oil.
I was just here, Nigeria should be one of the richest countries in the world, not Africa, in the world. These morons that run it are absolutely, they don't control none of it. They don't control nothing about Nigeria but the poverty. That's it. All the money has gone to England. That's why France is now collapsing, because the Africans have been in those French colonies taking back the money. Now France is broke. So that's like England's going to be broke. If Nigeria ever gets free, England is done. Okay? Without Africa, all these fake European countries who talk shit about Africans, they're the poor ones, not you. All these fake Arabs who talk shit about Africans being poor. Once you take back your power and your resources, you are the wealth of the planet. Period. Not them.
I'll continue with what he's saying.
No, he said it was a gift.
I am telling you that it was purchased. Gift by who? Gifts are to be declared. Gifts are to be declared. A president who gets a gift, why was Camp David West removed from office?
Exactly. Remember, he also built an airstrip in the most poorest region. Remember, he reported that after buying a yacht for himself, a bulletproof car for his wife, the helicopter, you can hear, the chopper, he went ahead and built an airstrip in the most poorest place. Those people there do not even have proper housing, leave alone the roads are shitty. When it rains, it's flooding. And that is the same, actually, that is the same place it had flooded. People had died. Then he went and built an airstrip somewhere around there. The disrespect. And this is what people are getting tired of. Recently, we just had someone's car burnt down, a new Audi, because they just, I don't know if it was a politician or who, but it's just showing the tiredness of, we can't keep on taking disrespect from you because you think you're rich. We can't keep on shitting on people who are poor. Because if we trace back still, you guys with the funds, it's still mostly been the poorest, or the people in Kibera, the ones who are working the most to give the rest of you some certain comfortability of life. And that is just the truth. If you look at the people who are working so hard in Africa, literally, it's the people who are living in the poorest places. You ask them, how many hours a day do you work? How many jobs do you need to have to literally just live comfortably? And still, it's not comfortable. They can't pay school fees. They have to live in those places to buy, to at least have a house. So people are getting tired. Accountability is being demanded. And I love the fact that this spirit or this energy is collectively happening, because I have like 3 videos of the same message. People are asking and demanding accountability, and they're telling these leaders the time has come where we're going to be beating you now publicly. We're no longer going to care you're a president, whatever seat you sit on. We need to be on the same equality as you. You promised us to deliver this and this. Why have I actually lost my job? Because those are the cases now currently happening. If you look at now currently in America, this is what I'm saying, the world. Americans should be demanding accountability too. Talking about job losses, literally. And the white people are the ones benefiting the most. No, it's time is up.
It was because he got a gift of a gold wristwatch that was not declared. If you have a gift, declare who gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they called it a gift because the money used in the purchase of that aircraft was not appropriated by the National Assembly. That is why it was tagged a gift. Then again, since Tafawa Balewa, Azikiwe, up down to Buhari, every president and prime minister in this country used Mercedes-Benz S-Class as their official vehicle. The president is using a bomb jammer Mercedes-Benz, the same type that Trump is using in America. And you say you want to curb wastages?
But you're not different. Hold on, Dino.
If you allow me,
hold on.
I don't want my thoughts distorted on this particular line.
Okay.
And again, the same president, in the 8th Senate, the budget of the National Assembly was 150 billion. From 150 billion, today, the president have increased the budget of the National Assembly to over 370 billion in order to make them a parastatal or department of the villa. So a president who said he was coming to curb wastages, who said he was coming to renew hope. I can catalog all this. Bought a yacht, bought a Cadillac, bought an aircraft, increased the money of the National Assembly, and I've borrowed like no other president in history. If you are making more money, then why are you borrowing? To the extent that the Speaker of the House of Representatives today.
That is the same lies Ruto was telling yesterday, saying that our country is developing through its resources. No, we're not. No, we're not. That we've generated $4 billion from our resources. Then where is the money? Why isn't the money going back into development of the country now? Since we are using our resources, we're benefiting funds from our resources. How comes we're not able to use the same funds to generate development? It's not making sense. It's not adding up. Those are the lies they're spreading. And as he talks, he's a senator of Nigeria too. So it's not any better. Because all these senators, MPs, still in these African political puppet-led countries, they still bow down to these people. They need to keep their jobs. So yes, he's yapping his mouth, but he's still one of the people taking funds on the side. He's just one of the people who are always put on the TV to be shown, oh, you go talk, you're the one who can run your mouth better. You have, critical thinking at least than the rest. You can make them seem like, something is adding up, and yeah, questions need to be, but there's nothing they're doing. They're all serving the same master. Because why else? Why you assign it? Why? What are your political interests? Because yes, you're not delivering none to the people, so it's just still yapping of the mouth. We need to be careful.
I read it. He was
He's also concerned,
Yeah.
despite he's a member of the APC.
I read that he was talking about
And
how
we will not be surprised if the president starts borrowing from. Why is the president?
From other words, from what? So yeah, I love the fact everyone on the comment section of this video still is also saying it's not any different. And of course, that is true. That is true. They're not different. They're all bought out. So it's just one among the people, because we have them even in Kenya. We have them in every country. Look at Julius Malema. As much as they're always there just to run their mouth to be seen like they're really making sense, but they're never making any sense. But as we move on, we have Mali, which is under threats again. But now this time is because of them trying to transport their fuel to other countries. I remember that at first they had some issue with Benin. That was the border issue, but I think they came into terms and agreement. But now we have terrorists who are advancing more in Mali and trying to block Mali from, transporting fuel to other countries, which is leading to, economic strain and all that. But let me share what is happening. I just love the unity of the people. That is one thing I love. I love the fact that people are saying we're not going to allow these terrorists to come back and rule again. So that shows you this is a mindset and a collective mindset of people who have understood the people who are leading them and what they're doing and who are the terrorists. Because this time you're not listening to the US propaganda media. You're gonna be listening to your media from your source of information to let you know what happens before the Western media spreads propaganda.
Malians are growing increasingly anxious as Al-Qaeda-linked militants tighten their blockade on fuel imports, touching trucks on key supply routes and threatening to choke off the country's economy. The armed group announced the blockade in a video last week, claiming responsibility for recent attacks on convoy bringing fuel from neighboring.
We know they're very much paid. This is not happening just because they want to. This is France. This is the US trying to intimidate Mali in different ways, but it's not gonna work because again, these people are building as one military group, to ensure that peace is going to be maintained in the Alliance Sahel state. So it's not going to work. And understand they control their own information too, currently. That is the Alliance Sahel state as a whole.
Senegal. Residents of the capital say fear is spreading fast. The information that we know now is that the jihadists have spread information that they are taking over everywhere. In Bamako, this frightens us. We're afraid and we're worried. But it is propaganda. They will not be able to take Bamako. I'm a soldier. I swear to heavens that the terrorists cannot take this territory.
Yeah, so it's the confidence. He's talking from the confidence. If you can hear him, he's saying, we understand what is happening. You're not going to allow terrorists to take over these towns again.
Mali's landlocked geography makes it especially vulnerable. The country relies on import from Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire for essential goods, including fuel and cement. Economist Madibu warned the blockade could have crippling consequences. 33% of everything Mali buys as goods and services from abroad is fuel and its derivatives. So Senegal is an important source of supplies for our country. It's about stopping economic exchanges, economically suffocating our country.
Yeah, they're just trying to literally figure out ways on how they can stop the Alliance Sahel states from being independent, because this leads to complete independency. Again, it starts slowly, because still you must trade with other countries. You must, because if that is what they're doing, I believe currently that is what the Alliance Sahel state is doing. Exchange of goods. They're now currently participating in real trading. We're going to benefit from you in this, you're going to benefit from us in this. So of course they'll need other countries, but they're going to try to stop this because most of the countries are also still working with the enemies they're escaping from. So I hope things are gonna come down and they're gonna take full control of the situation. It's not gonna be easy, of course, but I just love the fact that they are really trying. Shout out to Reparations, Karibu Sana. Hope you're doing amazing today. But we have Kenya. That was yesterday's conversation about the presidential term limit. Now we have Kenyans who have reacted about this, and I just love the anger. Okay, the loss of fear. It's very exciting to see it. And I love the fact we are very observant, apart from few distractions here and there with religion and entertainment. I love the fact that we still can be able to snap back, and recognize what is happening, because I thought this was going to happen without our people realizing. I'd already discussed this, I'd already seen what is happening with all these issues of Mandela and all that, but our people were a little bit distracted with entertainment. But politicians are still politicians. Like I said, a snake is still a snake. Doesn't mean that today they're gonna remove their today they shed their skin to go on the soccer seat. Doesn't mean that their agenda is done. They're still gonna come back and complete their job, if it's biting or whatever. But yeah, that is what they've been doing. Political leaders have been very busy, and we discussed this yesterday. They're trying to push the presidential term limit from 5 years to 7 years, and of course this has made people super super mad. I love the reaction, and I love the fact that one of the politicians here openly advised people, you need to understand you're the majority. So if you don't save this country, also majority of these leaders are in deep shit. So excuse me, listen to what he had to say.
Hii mambo ya term limit,
I'm gonna translate where the Swahili.
Itatupeleka State House. Hii mambo ya term limit, kuna mtu atakimbizwa.
If there is one phrase guaranteed to set Kenyans on fire, it is scrapping presidential term limits.
And I think if you give 7 years, you minus the two, that one you do in settling, and then one during the campaigning period, you'll get 5 years.
Under William,
such an idiot. You're such an idiot. Like, can you hear the excuse they're using? So you take 1 year settling. Settling for what? Is this a house? Is this even a house? It doesn't take a year to settle, even a month. What do you mean? If you move in, maybe it's putting up things together. That's the only thing you're going to need to settle. But moving into a house doesn't take you a whole year or a whole month. What? Let me reverse that.
And I think if you give 7 years, you minus the two, that one you do in settling, and then one during the campaigning period, you'll get 5 years.
Under William
Such an idiot.
Ruto's government, these
are the people working for him. These are the people giving him advice, okay? So you can understand, literally also most of the people he's surrounded with, none of them have critical thinking. It's crazy.
Words have become a red rag to a bull, provoking online rage, insults, and even public defiance.
Hii mambo ya term limit, itatupeleka State House. Hii mambo ya term limit, kuna mtu atakimbizwa.
This one is saying this term limit story, this debate that they're now bringing up is going to make people now go to the State House, leave alone the parliament. This is going to drive now people to the State House.
Yeah, because that's them trying to sneak like other African countries so they can stay in power forever, Joe. So they never have to give up power. They can keep stealing. You know, that's why you had a new constitution written back in Kibaki's time, when it said no. The reason why we make term limits because these other morons like Moy and Jomo were in until they die. They got to go. So that's the reason why they did term limits.
Exactly.
Now they would reverse and go back to what they were doing to begin with. They had people just being there for 20 and 30 years, all that kind of crazy shit till they die.
People are not going to accept that bullshit. We're not going to accept that bullshit.
Waendelea kuchokora kidonda ijapona.
Yeah, you're saying it's like you're poking an unhealed wound. This is like that is what he's doing to Kenyans. Ruto is like poking an unhealed wound, And that is, of course, when you poke an unhealed wound, someone reacts. You're not going to just keep on poking something that is not healed. Yeah, why are you poking my wound? It's not healed. So, of course, that is going to make me defend myself, because you clearly have zero good intentions with me. And that is where is leading the anger of Kenyans.
Kidole ndani, chokora kabisa. Wakikasirika, sijui mtasimamia Uganda.
He's saying when Kenyans get mad, these politicians are going to be running to Museveni, their fellow dictators. You're going to stand in Uganda because there'll be no space or place for you in Kenya. You'll need to run because your cars, everything will be burnt down. It's already happened. So you can imagine this time if it happens now, full revolution, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Because last year's demonstration should have taught this idiot something to not try do whatever they are doing. Kenya's engine is already ignited. It's already on. We just need, you're adding kerosene and we're so ready to go. It's like you're adding some fuel and you're servicing us. You're slowly servicing us, telling us we need, okay, it's coming.
Kwa ukweli, mtasimamia mbali sana. Kwa sababu hata mkienda tutawakujia, mtuambie hii pesa mnaiba ninyi inafanya mnaona mnaweza jiongezea term limit.
Exactly. You're still in funds and you still it doesn't even bother you enough you want to still go on and add term limits. You're already still in public funds and you want to go ahead, make yourself comfortable and
That's exactly. That's why I want some more years. I keep stealing. Exactly. That's why you just reported this guy's 1 billion, this guy's 800 million, this one's 12 billion, this was 8 billion. Right now, how you think I got that, Joby? Being in the government, that's where they steal the money. These morons, like you said, they're all idiots. They can't create any businesses. I wouldn't even make a manager of a damn KFC. So where's the money coming from, Joe?
This is crazy.
Utatuambia mahali imeenda. Haki ya Mungu sikudanganyi. Yule mwenye hata manage kutoroka atatuambia. Niliwaambianga siku moja. Wakati inakuja, we will do a mob justice for these thieves who steal public property, public who are embezzling public funds. Tutawapiga hadharani kama mwizi wa simu.
You'll be beaten like a thief.
A time is coming. Na naona ni kama inakaribia.
Yes, and he's saying the time is coming, but the time is now because you're making it sooner. We thought it's gonna take time, but you're actually just making it sooner. We thought this is gonna take time, but no, you keep on knocking on the door of revolution. You keep on, we're coming. And this time you're not gonna be able to lock yourselves in. It's gonna be broken and burnt down with you inside, with your whole generation, as a matter of fact. That's what needs to happen. Because we can't have a generation that has already embezzled funds and is secured with stolen funds.
Right.
No.
You got like they did in Sri Lanka, Nepal. Everywhere you see, you gotta say enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not gonna stop. Not gonna, like I said, no election's gonna change what they've been doing. Until they're afraid of the people, until you stop them. You're not gonna be able to vote your way out of this kind of corruption and lies. Because the country has been captured. Kenya's a captured country, like all African countries are captured.
Mm-hmm.
As day goes by, inakaribia, my prophecy will come to pass. Mtaniambia.
For the last 24 hours, that phrase has been trending again after it emerged that Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, one of Ruto's most loyal allies, is pushing a constitutional amendment bill with eye-popping proposals.
He is so fat, he can't even reason. The face is so fat. This is the problem. They get unhealthy to the point the brain can't even breathe to reason. Because look at, so super fat, you can't even reason.
Is that the balloon stomach syndrome?
This is even the balloon face and stomach. Now it comes even with the face. It has the face on it.
Kenya Amendment Bill proposes nothing less than reshaping the country's political DNA. Among its boldest clauses are extending the president's term from 5 years to 7 years, creating the office of a prime minister appointed by the president but drawn from the leader of the majority party in parliament. Transferring major appointment powers to parliament, the Senate would vet and approve cabinet secretaries, the attorney general, principal secretaries, DPP, auditor general, inspector general of police, even the chief justice and deputy chief justice. The National Assembly would handle ambassadors and high commissioners, extending the terms of MCAs and governments from 5 years to 7 years, strengthening Senate oversight and raising county allocations from 15% to 40%. When a copy of the bill started circulating online, the backlash was immediate and brutal. Kenyans saw the 7-year presidential term as a veiled attempt to extend Ruto's grip on power.
Term limits. Term limits. You want to touch the term limit. Ndio one term yako ikuwe 7 years. 7 years. That will be the last straw. That will be the last straw.
The Senate scrambled to deny it, branding the leaked bill as fake. Officials insisted no such proposal to scrap term limits was on the table, claiming the chambers was installed.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Because where did the article come from? Just magically appeared, just a lost file that was found online. Oh, this is one of the lost files. Sorry, someone uploaded it by mistake. You think people are stupid? You think we are our parents? This is crazy. These are the same people telling us, oh, you need to calm down. We've been here before.
Exactly.
We've seen what you've not seen. We've seen your stupidity. That's what we've seen. What do you mean?
We've seen we've not seen you ain't done nothing about it, then. What have you done about it? Why are we poor? So shut up. Shut up. Sit down and shut up.
Raise your children better. Respect your elders. These children are so disrespectful. They talk anyhow. They just write anything online. Yes, because we can. I can talk anything I want. Freedom of speech. Don't you understand that? This is making me mad. Like, seriously. You ever want to just strangle someone, like, watch them, like, wiggle their eye trying to survive, Because what the hell?
Africans are used to being cowards. They used to being cowards, so that your parents are cowards, your grandparents were cowards. And you guys not being cowards offends them. Why don't you be quiet and don't do nothing? Stay in poverty and go pray to white Jesus like us and stay in poverty. You used to say, no, you did that. Didn't work. Stupid.
Head focused on reforms to strengthen devolution. But then came Busia Senator Okiya Omutata, and with him, he punctured the Senate's carefully crafted spin. He confirmed the bill was alive, rejected in committee, yes, but still scheduled for second reading.
They like Joe said, they keep thinking people are stupid, like the parents. The bill was alive. They did try to pass it, but it was rejected because he had too much political heat. So it was, we're not trying to do it. They're trying to sneak it through. Yes, they want to go back to where they get to rule forever and keep still. That's how these morons make money. None of them have ever created. That's why there's no economy in Kenya, in Nigeria. There's no economy. These morons in 60 years have not built economy. So where's the money come from? They don't got no economies. Kenya don't got a functional economy. Ghana doesn't have a functional economy. Nigeria doesn't have a functional economy. So how's everybody a billionaire and a multi-millionaire? How's that possible? Without a functional economy. Go ahead, Joby.
Tata called the draft fundamentally inconsistent with the spirit and letter of the Constitution, and reminded Kenyans that its passage would require 2/3 majority in both houses, an impossibility. In his words, technically alive, but practically dead. But why is Ruto's camp so obsessed with extending term limits? Critics argue it is a survival strategy. With Ruto's political capital sinking and his leadership branded incompetent by opponents, allies are preparing a safety net. The theory is simple. Change the rules of the game before time runs out.
Yani civically watu wamekuwa engaged. Siku hizi
miswada yote inasomwa. Wakileta mswada pale bungeni, mingine miswada mingine ni ya kijinga sana, lakini nataka niambie,
yeah, people are reading every stupid bill they bring. That is what he's saying. He's saying people are very careful right now politically. Kenya has been very active on understanding everything that is being brought up as a conversation, as a debate. You know, anything they're trying to
in a country now, Rucho, where the babies know. The babies are not their parents, they're not their grandparents, they're not stupid, as Joby said. You're in a country now with that same shenanigans and shit you've done, not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Right.
So yeah, he's trying every way he can. This is why you see he's bought out literally most of these senators and all that. He wants them to back the motion so that they can agree. And that's why you see the corruption files again, like I was saying yesterday, they were brought forward. And if you don't sign, this is literally, I think, the blackmail. You're gonna, unless we reject, of course, as the majority, gonna save most of their asses, which is gonna say, but if not, they're also in deep shit.
Wakenya, huwezi kuzuia mbunge kuleta dhana yake kwenye bunge hata kama ni ya kijinga. Kitu ambacho nataka niwahakikishie ni kwamba kuna wengi wetu ndani ya bunge ambao tutazidi kusimama na kusema miswada hii haileti faida kwa mwananchi ama inakiuka katiba na tutaipinga. Nilisikia tetesi nyingi sana kuhusu ule mswada alioleta Mheshimiwa Cherargei kuhusu term limits. Niliwahakikishia Wakenya kwamba hakuna mahali huo mswada unaenda. Mswada huo ulikufa. Kuna mwingine juzi alaleta mswada ya sijui kuregulate makanisa. Nao watu wote ni watu ya UDA. Mimi nataka kila mtu akuwe judged kulingana na miswada ambayo ameleta. Mimi kama Sifuna nilileta mswada wa kuleta uwazi kwa mambo ya kawi na stima. Nimeleta mswada bungeni wa kuhakikisha kwamba kaunti zetu zinapea registered sporting associations pesa. Waache kuja kwa
yeah, he's saying if you need to bring up any type of changes, you need to bring up changes that are gonna change the community, you know, bring up conversations or bills that are going to be passed that are gonna make an impact in the community. But people like him, they'll bring the conversations up, but they're not gonna be backed up because that is supposed to make the people's lives better. Understand, that is not the way the system works. The system works on you being a puppet, stealing. Let the European benefit of what is for the people, which is the resources. You know, so you keep on doing your job. You keep on taking the fake money. Do you want to understand more? No. Let this fake money get you whatever you can get. If you can invest in assets or whatever, if you're smart enough. But if not, you can go, you know, put your shit on the offshore there or whatever, you know, and if you don't go according to how they want you, go back to poverty.
Zetu kutuomba pesa kila wakati ambapo wako na tournament. Miswada yangu ile ambayo ninaleta pia nataka imulikwe. Watu wajue dhana zangu ni zipi. Unanielewa? Na jinsi ambavyo tunapiga kura katika bunge, rekodi iko pale, kila mtu atakuwa judged kulingana na jinsi ambavyo amefanya kazi yake. So mimi nataka niwaambie Wakenya, msitishwe na mtu yoyote. Tayari mumeshawanyang'anya viongozi nguvu. Unajua hiyo kitu ilishafanya.
Yeah, he's saying that we're now literally very powerful more than the leaders. It's just that we don't know and we're underestimating that. We're underestimating how powerful we are and what we did last year. It shook these people.
It did. And now you got to go just as far as Nepal. See, you guys didn't go far enough. That's why I say it's the African kindness. Nepal said, fuck that. And nobody did it. They had the politicians' kids were online plotting the wealth. Hey, are you plotting the wealth and we're poor and we can't got no money? And you got the politicians' kids all online. Oh, look at my new Mercedes. Look at my new this. Look at my new that. They said, what? What? How you got a Mercedes? We ain't got no damn, we don't got a chicken to put in a pot to eat. Shit. See, other people refuse. The African would live in poverty and say we're waiting on Jesus. They like, fuck Jesus. We're not waiting on no damn Jesus. Fuck that. That ain't working. Shit.
Wakati ambapo vijana walifika pale bunge, ungeona wale watu wanajipigana wakifua huku nje. Ungeona hapo kwa tunnel vile walikuwa wanakaa wamenyeshewa. I want to encourage the people of this country ya kwamba you have already taken back your power because you used to live like you don't know that you are more powerful than these people. You are more powerful than all of us.
Yes, you are. Circle aren't shy about it. Tiati MP William Kamket even warned Kenyans not to be shocked.
This is the idiot we need to find and burn down to the skeletons. Like for real. This should be burnt down to the skeletons. Like, yeah,
This
I
moron.
wanna see you scream for your life. Type shit. This is the type of person. These are the people influencing tribalism now in the country. Is there
Of
talking
course, they need that, Joe. Remember, if you start uniting, I got a sense of they know the divide and conquer thing. I got an now put tribe against tribe, so you'll stop focusing on them. You'll focus on petty tribal beef. That means nothing.
He's here talking about how presidential terms needs to be extended even to 3 decades.
Now,
This idiot.
see, because they all want to do the stealing of Africa like the other African countries. They want to be able to send 3 decades, like I'm a 70, Equatorial Guinea, that moron Park Beard, don't ever know where the fuck he's at. And so these morons can steal. They haven't built no African country besides South Africa, the white people, has built a functional economy. They've been in power 60 years, supposedly with the fake independence, and no one has built a functional economy. That's why we got Ghana sending all those people to Serbia, the smartest people. Can you imagine how crazy you are? Well, they'll get jobs and send money back to us. Same old shit Kenya does. We'll send bus drivers to Germany. How about you build a functional economy for your people? How about you stop sending Africans to be slaves in other people's countries? No, because we're done. We haven't built economies. Go ahead, Jim. Great.
Ruto stays in power as long as he wants, even 3
Exactly.
decades, despite
Even
the
3 decades,
constitution's
as long as he wants.
2-term cap.
Alafu
You know how crazy this moron is?
Very.
That's why they fought. That's why Kenya was all messed up in fighting. That's why they had to bring a constitution to create term limits, because these morons were in Kenya being there as long as till they died. Who died in office? Jomo and Moi. They died. So they had no term limits. They can just be there forever. See that these morons want to make Africans fiefdoms so they can steal. They don't build shit. They suck white people's penises, the whole ball sack in their mouth. That's what you've seen happen in Africa. That's why you see such a difference in the Sahel with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. That's why you see that. Because quiet is kept. Now you see the juxtaposition. All these fake leaders have that white ball sack in their mouth with the sweat dripping down their tongue. Well, you're that Ricky G. Hey, would it be like Trump? That was the hero. And Trump can put his penis in my mouth anytime I want. Make me president next, please, please, please. Oh, boot licking, fuck dancing, backstabbing cowards. That's what you got in Africa, sadly enough.
This is currently in Nepal. So if we gain this kind of extra confidence, that's what I'm saying. I feel like if he does this, he's not gonna survive for real. I don't think he's going to survive for real. He's gonna be forced.
Not supposed to survive.
He's gonna not survive, and he's gonna be forced to literally even drop from the presidential seat in 2027, because the anger of the people is way above control at this point. Because I'm saying a good example, if you are able to just torture people's, some of the MPs, the senators' cars and houses down, and businesses, can you imagine this time how far it can go?
This man has murdered his own people. That's how corrupt the country is. This man is murdered, literally, not me saying, literally murdered his own people, have not been held responsible. People being unalive, disappearing. His government has done that. The only reason he's not been brought to The Hague because he's their puppet. You want to talk about some evil story? Oh, we got to stop him. He's stealing his own gold, all these lies. But you got this moron here who's been abducted his own people off the street and murdered them. Mm-hmm. And you don't know who he works for now? Good.
burning with the outrage of its people. Nepal's parliament set ablaze by rioters. Hundreds storming the complex.
They're rioters. They're not rioters. They're asking for justice. Rioters. Get out of here with that shit.
19 young people on Monday, opening fire using live ammunition on anti-corruption demonstrators.
They killed so many young people yesterday who had so much to look forward to.
Young people said, fuck that. That's right. Young people said, fuck that. Young people had no guns. They said, but with the majority, there's not enough bullets for you to stop what's coming. You can't kill enough of us. We're the majority. Till people realize in every country you're the majority. There's no army, there's no police that can stop you. Once you say, fuck it, I had enough. Go ahead, Joe.
Demonstrators first hit the streets, angry about a nationwide social media ban. Following the deaths of protesters, the government backflipped, and the Prime Minister
They stopped the social media because their own kids were flaunting the wealth that was stealing from the country. And the people were like, what the hell? Same way they do in Kenya, the moronic political class children get to be rich and flaunt it. The Africans don't do nothing about. These people said, what the hell is going on?
Exactly.
I can't even eat a bowl of rice. You worry about talking about what cars you're buying? That's why they threw up the internet. Go ahead, Joe.
Lit. The PM's residence among a number of politicians' homes and government buildings torched. Ministers fled and authorities abandoned posts. Amid the chaos, 900 inmates escaped prison. Now the army is warning it may take back the streets. The police killings condemned, but concerns also raised about fires lit and politicians attacked.
Yeah.
Let the army come out. It's too big. Come on out, Army. The Army know they better not bring their ass out there. The people are too united. They saying, damn, why can't they be goofy tribes like Africa? We can put them against each other. They can try some tribal shit. But they're not. When the government doesn't serve the people, it's supposed to be torn down.
Yeah, I think that's the Prime Minister. I don't know if it's her, but yeah, she was beaten by the people.
We, hii ni makosa. Nakwambia majenzi wa Nepal wamemoki.
Kenyans are so quick with it. It's crazy, but yeah, that is what is happening. So
what did he say? He said something about Gen Z.
Yeah, because they're saying the Nepal people. Actually, this is the Gen Zs who are on this demonstration. Yeah,
it was the Gen Z.
Yeah,
because the youth. And of course, their parents were saying the same stupid shit. Oh, don't do nothing. Oh, be quiet. Youth make revolution. We don't hear from old people. Old people sit down and shut the fuck up. That's the reason why we're all fucked up, because you didn't do nothing.
Exactly. But as we wind up with today's conversation, literally, to demand accountability, and we don't want corruption, we don't want dictatorship, we want peace. This is the main reason as well. So this is the second time, and of course not the second time, but this year, where someone has been shot on an open broad daylight. The last one was an MP who was actually questioning again corruption, saying that they want to change some things. Someone was actually just exposing a lot about this current regime, and he was shot going on his way home by unknown people. Till to date, justice, the suspects are nowhere to be found. Yesterday we had a lawyer who was killed. And basically, when it comes to a lawyer, probably it's something to do with a case of land or different things. It could be many different things. You never know, especially with lawyers. They're involved in different things. But it's all probably politically connected. But it
Stay
just shows.
safe, Mark. Stay safe, Mark.
Yeah, so it's just the insecurity literally rising in the country and a lot of questions. This man is so busy with other things. He's not even he's not even in Kenya. Yesterday was in Ethiopia. Who knows today is somewhere in Japan. He's always just traveling, taking flights, nothing
Oh,
else.
really? Ruto?
And we are returning to
Yeah, Ruto.
the breaking news of the evening, where a prominent city lawyer has been shot dead along Magadi Road. According to police, the lawyer was trailed by border riders before being shot multiple times. The assailants then fled the scene on a motorbike. Investigators say they are working to establish both the motive and the suspects behind this heinous act. The lawyer had over 29 years of experience and previously served in the political party's disputes tribunal. Detectives remain at the scene, gathering leads and additional information. Let us now join our reporter Ben Kirui, who is on the scene. Ben, good
Yeah,
You've been traveling with a bulletproof vest on, baby. Have been doing things, land disputes, and you got these Africans know what's going on. You better have a bulletproof vest on. But when they shoot you and you don't die, like, oh, they think it's witchcraft. Hey, got witchcraft. That's right.
Yeah, as we wind up, we have Ethiopia, which has launched the first of the Africa biggest dam, and this is of course supposed to be helping African countries to, easy to supply electricity according to.
Electricity.
But remember, we have the DRC biggest river, which can actually be able to supply water across the whole continent, but they barely even focus on this,
And they
you
haven't
know.
built it.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly. So, how sure are we? And especially in Ethiopia, there's already so many things that have been set up there, but so far they're not helping Africa in any sort of way. First of it, we have the Center Control of Diseases, which is there in Ethiopia. What else do we
Ethiopia
have?
shouldn't. Ethiopia don't even consider. Well, the black ones they never show. But the ones that run Ethiopia don't consider themselves Africans, and most of them are not. They're mixed. So they're mixed. They're mixed mulattoes. So they're actually anti-African. Everything they do. So I don't know why the hell would you have built the United African and the AU there? It don't even make sense. African Union, even though it doesn't do anything, that'd be the least place you would put the African Union would be Ethiopia, who sold out African people to the Europeans. They would say Ethiopia never got colonized. You know why? Because they sold out Africans when the white man was in there colonizing Africa. That's why. They tell you Africans don't know no damn history. The Ethiopians, they weren't even called Ethiopia back then anyway. They switched their name up to try to claim they the Ethiopians of the Bible, which they're not even that. They're not even that. Ethiopians never got colonized. You know why? Because they helped the Europeans get into Africa to take over Kenya and other countries. That's why. See, that's never taught in your goofy history book that these were traitors ass bastards. Never taught that. We taught to idolize them like they fought against white people and were fighting the good fight. Nah, they were collaborators in your downfall. Go ahead, Joe.
But yeah, let me share this as we went.
Various leaders who attended the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam hailed the project as life-changing in the Eastern African country. Dozens of visiting African heads of states and government joined Abiy Ahmed for the inauguration, with many expressing interest in importing power from Ethiopia. Countries like Kenya have now promised to import electricity from Ethiopia to boost its national grid capacity.
The Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is not merely a national project. It is a Pan-African statement. It exemplifies the
a Pan-African statement when this Moab's not even a Pan-African. If you do this Pan-African shit, and how you gonna be Pan-African and you be pushing tribalism in your own country? What are you talking about? It is absolutely crazy.
And killing your people, crazy.
Yeah.
Africa Union's vision of continental energy connectivity.
Somalia's President Mohamud also held the project.
You understand that water resources such as life differently in each country. For some, it's about survival.
Why does African leaders always sound like they drunk or high?
About energy and growth.
They are old. Like when you're old, when you start old, getting old like them, like okay, not you, but
Oh yeah, I'm about to Cuba.
Also in attendance was South Sudan's President Salva Kiir, who also promised to import electricity from Ethiopia to boost his country's energy capacity.
bullshit. There's nothing that is going to happen. Okay, that is just going to benefit those it's supposed to benefit. Okay, whatever this creation is all about, it's not gonna make sense to me. It's not making sense to Africans. It's not gonna make sense, and we're here to observe. Maybe we're the ones judging, but I'll be following up and see how Africa is actually, developing in terms of less power in the continent. Today just didn't have lights in the morning. So what are you talking about?
Well, Joe, it hasn't started yet. We're just cutting the ribbon. We're just cutting the ribbon. So be patient.
Oh yeah.
Africa, Africa got all the resources for power, and it's the place having power outages every goddamn day.
The
Make it make sense.
The Pan-Africanist is not advocating for lights in his countries. They're wearing expensive glasses, and that if you check that shirt is very expensive too. Bet sure, he's
Of
always
course,
wearing expensive
of course, they always got expensive things that they don't make. Remember the bootlegs. Oh, I got the shirt from the white man. This is my Gucci from Italy. This is my bag from France. Oh!
And put in certain serious faces so that we can think they're really serious people. Like look at Salva Kiir. Look at him. This man just forgot we saw him pee on himself. He
Yeah.
thinks we're and
He
that.
always got that same stupid ass hat on, like he a cowboy. Where you cowboy at in Sudan? I'm a cowboy. I'm a black cowboy. He old. He damn. Look at all these so-called leaders. Look at this. It's always the same thing. You know what? Yeah. That's why. That's why you see such a juxtaposition between Ibn Torre and all these weak ass coons. It's just striking. It's striking how a real leader looks and how coon ass Negroes look. That's what you see. So you see a bunch of coons.
As I come to the end, family, much love. Thank you so much for tuning in. That has been the Pan African Blue Show with me every Monday to Friday. And of course, remember to download the app on the Google Play Store. Blackout Fire Network is the name. You can also feel generous and cash up us at
Right.
the dollar sign, Mr. Blackout Fire. Yes, we
Black
feed
Eye
so much.
Fire is the name, and getting donations is our game.
We feed
Time
so
to
much
donate. Time to
information.
donate, suckers.
We give you every news and updates, of what
All
is
right.
happening. Also, those who are on WhatsApp, also thank you for sharing. If you're on the social page still sharing, thank you. We appreciate you.
Hold on, Joey. I sent you some. Joey,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to play this. Look at your. Let me see this. I want you to play this for you. I will ask you true, honest answer. Be honest.
Okay.
Brutally. Be brutally honest. I want you to know what would you do if you was the mother. Okay?
Okay.
I want you to be brutally honest, Joey. Now, I want you to be brutally honest because you got a set of twins. You see, you got a good twin, and you know she's a bad twin because you look at her face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see this to you, right? Let me see this. You got a good twin, and I love the expression. The good twin makes. You're like, oh no, you didn't. So let me send it to you right now, Joe. I want you be honest.
Okay.
Come on. I want you to be honest. What would you do? Joby. Got this old phone pushing up a mirror, Joe. Here we go. Joby. Okay. What's your name, Joby? Okay, Joby, I sent it.
Okay.
Take your phone and send it. Now, I want your honest answer. What's everybody? And look at the one good twin. I look at one good twin. Look at the mama like, oh, don't forget that. Look at it.
Oh,
Because she tried to
okay.
fool the twin. Look at it.
Okay.
The honest answer.
I'll be honest, I've seen this kind of a similar video today in the morning. It was really nice, but of different children.
You see the good twin? She said, oh no, you didn't just spit that shit in mama's face. Oh shit. But look at the bad, and look at where the bad girl, look at where the bad sister's looking at her mama. Like, yeah, I did. She's like, yeah, I did that shit. Like, yeah, I did that shit. But she look at the good one like, oh my God, they spit that shit in mama's face. And the bad one like, yeah, I just did that shit. That might be the first time I'm gonna whip your ass.
Nah, I'm not gonna beat her.
Shit, what? You gotta do shit. You better punish the hell out of ass, because that's why that's why. Well, hey, yeah, you gotta calm down. Because her face says it all too. She's like, yeah, I just did that shit. That's right. And the good girl and the good twin was like, oh my God. She's like, oh my God.
Yeah, because I've seen different videos of such, literally like siblings holding each other's nose. Then the one holding the nose ends up being the one given the medicine or that.
Yeah. Hold her nose. She's like, yeah, give it. You see the little girl's holding on, yeah, give it to her, mama. Don't give that shit to me. Because obviously she had problems giving it to the other little girl. She wouldn't take it. So she tried to fool and say, okay, we're going to give it to your sister now. Yeah, let me hold her damn nose, mama. You give it to her ass.
For me, I think I wanna calm down. Like I'll calm down. Just look.
I gotta calm down, all right? I would have calmed down, Joby, but her face,
I know, but you don't want to terrify the child.
She ain't terrified, Joby. Her face says it all. So yeah.
If you start cleaning now, that is you terrifying them. Because for them, it's they're just being a kid. Like, I don't know.
Nah, she wouldn't be no kid then. I had kids. Her face said it all. Like, yeah. Don't be trying to fool me with that shit. That's what her face said, Joby. Think you fucking her face said, who do you think you fucking with? That's what her face says, Joby.
I'll give you a warning. The next time when I'm gonna give you the medicine, you do that now. It's a warning, okay? But I'm not gonna. I don't know.
I love the other twin. Hey, Joby, show one time. Show go rewind. I like the little girl, the twin. She's like, oh my God, look at her face. I love. She's like, are you kidding me? You just spit this shit in mama's face. Look at her face. But yeah, give it to her ass, not me, mama. Look at her face. Oh, you know immediately what was going on. Like, oh no, you're dead. Oh shit. Now imagine they can't be no more than about 1 or 2 years old. You see that damn the good she was like immediately she's like, what? Oh, you did just spit in mama's face. And the other bad was like, yeah, that's right. Don't be trying to fucking fool me with no shit.
Well, it's either they take it from you or from their mother. One of you is fucked up too, so they take it from you know. The kid is always picking one of the parents' character. There's always the one who was wild, the one who was chill. Like for me, I think I pick it from my mom. My mom was an explorative person, so am I. Like, and talkative, so am I. My dad is all type of a quiet person, but evil, you know, and all that crazy shit, crazy. But anyway, that's love, family.
That's that girl's personality. Nah, they ain't. Better watch that motherfucker right there, Jack. That's when she gonna be a teenager. She gonna give you hell.
How much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful day. See you guys later on the Africa Today show. For those who shall be catching this on
I
Friday,
never had none of my kids spit my. I can't imagine my kid spitting in my face.